Hello, my name is Lucas, this is Bit of Lit, and I'm here to talk about David J. Hand's Dark Data, Why What You Don't Know Matters. And this is a little bit of a difficult book for me. I read it for Nonfiction November, and it is very good. The first 200 pages go into details and give great examples to illustrate the number of different ways that data can be dark, meaning misleading or something that we don't know, or any number of things measured wrong or ignored, or so on and so forth. It goes on and on. It goes on and on and on. It could be wrong. It could not represent the sample accurately, the group of people accurately. Um, and this can have really tragic consequences. It can lead to some financial problems. It can also be an economic problem, and it can also, worst case scenario, be a severe health problem leading to death. These kinds of things that aren't known. The last part of the book is also very good. It goes into how this kind of data can be missing, and there's a few different ways how. There's when the missing data is dependent, like it relies on some data that you currently have. One of the examples that he uses for this to illustrate it is the studies for BMI, um, body mass index, and there were some missing figures. How do you account for them? Why are they missing? These kind of questions are very important. And most importantly, do you discount them? And why would you? And also, you shouldn't. There's also data that depends on, that's not dependent on any other data. Uh, it's just, it's not within that study, within the parameters of what you're studying for some reason, as I understood it at least. And then there is the missing data that relies and is dependent on other data that is also missing from your studies, which would be of dire consequence to any kind of research that somebody is doing to try to understand some maybe social phenomena, or financial one, or health one, or anything like that. Um, I'm sure there are all kinds of statisticians and actuaries or whatever that crunch numbers over these kind of things, and he gives a whole bunch of different ways that data can be faulty. Um, and again, like I said, does his best to explain that in layman's terms. It's kind of like a pop statistics book, which I quite enjoy, but I do not have a scientist's mind, so it needs to be beat into my head for me to really understand it. And he does a good job of explaining, but I think it's going to take many more times for myself personally. I did get the overall message, of course, but um, to, I guess, yeah, be, I don't know, it's just not something that I am familiar with, but I read it for Nonfiction November because I thought it would be good fun, and it was a breath of fresh air from hacking and cybersecurity and cryptography and that kind of stuff. I do enjoy reading about statistics in some way, and explanations of them, and of dark data, I suppose, in this case, and what statistics can say, and problems with collecting data, and what kind of conclusions can be made from that. And yeah, so in that way, it's pretty cool. But if you're not scientifically minded, maybe it'll be a bit difficult. But this book is for people like me. It is not for statisticians who would know all this stuff, hopefully at least. It is for people who don't understand, and for that, I think David J. Hand does a very good job. Will I return to this book? I probably should if I really want to understand it. He does, like I said, an excellent job of explaining things, but not my cup of tea, let's say. But I did enjoy it. I'm glad that I read it, and I look forward to reading more books like this in the future, but I'm going to keep them few and far between.